Today, you're going to hear from Joaquin Cubillos, co-founder of Cubillos Lama, a boutique law firm in Chile. Joaquin and his team asked us to run a 2-week audit, a risk and opportunity assessment of their firm's operations. Now, this wasn't about selling tools or technology. The goal was simple: to map their workflows, identify bottlenecks, and give them a clear picture of where the risks are and where the opportunities lie. In the conversation you're about to see, Joaquin shares why they brought us in, the challenges they were facing, and how the audit helped them gain clarity on their processes and next growth steps as a firm. Let's get straight into it. I wanted to ask you if you can briefly just introduce yourself in the beginning and tell us what your firm focuses on.
My name is Joaquin Cubillos. I'm a Chilean lawyer. I'm a co-founder of the law firm recently established called Cubillos Lama. We also have a spin-off of this law firm that is called the Chibus Law, that is a specialized law firm on food law and for advisory of the food industry here in Chile, and also we have connections with other lawyers on different countries. And well, the main focus of our law firm is that we are a business-driven law firm that positions itself as a strategic legal partner for companies that are experiencing commercial growth, especially cross-border one. So we are specializing in advising companies that would like to have business here in Chile, and also Chilean companies that are looking to have a cross-border also commercial expansion. Our core focus is mainly driven by the legal services that we provide through our model of the outside general counsel, and this means that we integrate deeply within the client's business objectives, their core business and processes, and leveraging our experience as general counsels that we both had prior to establishing this law firm. And so the idea is to help them turn the legal compliance as a competitive advantages for our clients. And what like an integral, a comprehensive legal advice through their day-to-day work.
And you were a general counsel before for a long time, so you understood very well that side of things. And what made you take that step and open your firm?
Well, I was very fortunate to have the opportunity to work in two very large Chilean companies, both of related to the food industry. And well, my first experience working as an in-house lawyer was in probably the biggest food company here in Chile, and there where I first started working mainly on contracts of different things. I also had a very good experience working with the innovation team in AgriSuper. That is a very potent one. They have a lot of hunger to create new things, and it's one of the biggest remarks of the company culture. So I was very glad to being able to help them in any way I could. And afterwards, I was given the responsibility to be in charge of all the legal aspects of the commercial operation of this company here in Chile and worldwide. So they had offices in all the different continents. They exported about the 50% of their production. So it was really challenging, and it was a huge experience for me. And afterwards, I went to work as a general counsel of a salmon farming company here in Chile. It's a family-owned company that was also in a huge expansion. And I was there for about 4 years. And afterwards, I left the company on August last year. And in all this time, with my current partner, we had been doing some work together related to legal stuff, or so we had some clients, and he was coming back also from studying in New York. And he was studying a master in international politics, economy, something like that. And so we were both studying new things. So we decided to jump and take over this opportunity. Also, because we saw that there is we believe that there is an opportunity for companies that they usually have legal advice from very technical and from a lawyer very sound advisory, mainly because here the legal practices and the law firms are really good. But we believe that the intake and that a general counsel has is something that is missing in many companies, that they don't have an internal legal department. So we created this model, and actually it has been very successful. We are very happy with it, and because the idea is for us to become experts in the business of our clients, so we can advise them not only from the legal theory perspective, but also from the practical and business orientation.
Yeah. And this model becoming successful, what were some of the frustrations that came with success and increased workload?
Well, when we first started this law firm, we were just the two of us. We were also very fortunate to start working with with a very huge international company that is having business conducting here in Chile. So we are also their outside general counsel. So we are taking over everything from the legal perspective. And it takes a huge lot of time, more than we anticipated also. So that's how we, and also, well, because I really love innovation and technology, and I believe that AI it's also a huge opportunity for the legal industry. And it's a very incipient trend, the AI. Many people really don't know how to use it. So I have been looking and studying for best practices of other countries, mainly of the States and Europe. And that's how I came upon you. And because, well, mainly all this information and courses that you can have are not specialized on law firms. So that's the real important thing that I saw about your advice.
And how were the challenges that you were having, were they more on the operational side of things? Were you having difficulty to grow, to sign more clients?
Well, yeah. The thing is that we needed to become more productive, because we were focused most of the time on getting the job done, but there wasn't much time left for us to engage with other clients and to offer our services to other guys. That we have had lots of opportunities, but we really didn't have the time to address it. And well, as we are also starting, one of the main responsibilities that we have is to provide a great service to our clients, so that they are happy with us, and that they see the benefits of our model, that it's not a usual one provided here.
And when we started talking about the workflows that you do day to day, the biggest time drain for you and the biggest pain points were coming from the contracting flow. That was just one of the things that we were discussing early on. Where are you spending the most time, and what are the things that you're repeating the most as a lawyer for your client? And you mentioned before you were reaching out, you were already looking into some different tools. How did you feel when you were looking at all those different types of tools that were out there, you understanding very well what your workflow is? Did you see any matches out there? How did you approach it?
When we first started, we were just doing everything manually. But once that the workload was becoming more intense every day, I started looking for different productivity tools that could help us to streamline our processes. And there are lots of legal tech solutions, but for my experience, for what I have seen of most of them, well, some of them were really expensive, especially the ones that they are not made here in Chile, for example, the ones that are from the States or whatever. And the other problem that I saw with those solutions is that usually you must they have a structure and some processes that you need to to adjust to, more than the tool adjusting to our processes. So that's why after studying a lot of the functionalities and tools that the different softwares provide, and also from the compliance point of view, because it's something very important for us, the security of the information of our clients, I came upon one Notion that is one of the most important tools that we use, because it's very easy to custom for us. So there we have almost all the administration of our law firm. From the financial point of view, we have the CRM, we have a document repository, we have templates and stuff like that. But there were lots of things, of ideas that I was thinking about to further streamline our processes, but I really didn't know how to execute them. I'm not an expert on programming or nothing like it. So that's why your advice was really helpful for that.
And when we started the audit, was there any concern of you getting more tools sold, that you would have to add more tools and add more different workflows?
Yeah. For me, for these tools to be productive and to really don't waste additional time on them, I believe that the best system for me is to have everything in one place, one or two, or the least possible, so that you can have all the take advantage of the different opportunities that these knowledge bases and stuff like that have, and also to don't miss anything. So that's why also Notion is very suitable for us.
Yeah. Pretty early on, we saw that you have your workflows very much determined. Your standard operating procedures, you were able to very clearly specify them. So we spent some time putting that on paper and then figuring out how to map this. But the opportunities, there were a lot of opportunities. You had a lot of different areas that you wanted to automate. Some areas were basically start and end of the same process, so they would fall in the same silver line, in the same lane, but some of others were completely different. So that's why we started in the beginning. We were trying to map everything out to really see and be able to estimate how to move forward. And how did that influence your clarity on the whole?
Well, it was really awesome because we are very structured as we come from the companies. We are not like only lawyers. We also have some business training as being part of these companies. So we are also very structured. We like to have all our processes very how do I say it, to be the most efficient within our processes. So that's why we had them mainly mapped out in my mind. But the thing to write it on paper, and also to have your intake in this mapping was very, very helpful for us, because having the view of your process allows you to identify bottlenecks or opportunities to have a better process also. So that is very, 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 very helpful. And also, from your engineering point of view, lawyers, we are not very, very good at that. So yeah, it was huge for us. Yeah.
Thanks for saying that, but basically we couldn't get there if you wouldn't be so cooperative during all those workshops, when we were really trying to understand in a very methodical way how do you do things. And the fact that you did already break down quite a few of your processes, you did have repositories, you did have your data organized, so it was easier for us to understand how things fit together. So that was quite exciting to work with somebody that was already very organized. That made it much easier.
Thank you. Yeah, and also I believe that we spoke a similar language, so it was a very collaborative and a very good opportunity to discuss during this whole process with you.
Okay, so one question, because you knew your processes very well. So now somebody from the outside to come and map out those processes for you and tell you how to optimize them, that sounds ridiculous when we say that. But how did you view this actually being done? And did it bring any kind of value afterwards?
Yeah, of course, because it's really different when you have your processes and you start thinking about how to streamline them. But it's very different when you have like an external approach from people like having without bias the best way to get it done, the things done better. So and also coming back to your previous question, by having these whole processes and identifying the different gaps or bottlenecks or opportunities to become better, and having also advice on how to do it, it was really helpful. And also after the report that you sent us, I was studying it also and came up on different ideas that I would like to further discuss with you afterwards.
Yeah, yeah. One thing that whenever we start somewhere, there's always more opportunities that one can do at the same time. I mean, like you can do everything at the same time if you hire enough people to do it for you, right? But there's like some sort of like AI and automation that needs to play within the strategy of your firm. It cannot be the strategy for your firm, right? So it needs to be. And from that perspective, did it bring you the road mapping that we did? Did it?
Yeah.
Did it bring you some surprises in a sense of, oh, I didn't expect it should be this process that I'm currently doing is making me leave so much time or money at the table? Were there some surprises that you noticed once we roadmapped everything?
Well, I really had most of them mapped out in my head. Most of the bottlenecks and the things that I needed to do better. But the main thing that helped us is to know how to address them, because that was my real pain. Because well, there are several things that as I didn't know, like the technical point of view from AI and programming, I didn't know how to address them in a correct way, because I didn't want to put to have problems with compliance or security breaches from my clients. So most of these bottlenecks or pains that we had, we just did it manually because we didn't know how to move forward with them. And that was the real value for us.
And one thing that you mentioned throughout when our engagement was you were quite surprised in the beginning. I remember after our first meeting when I told you how we're going to go about this and what do we recommend for the approach. And you said, I've never heard anyone doing this. And you were quite interested in how this is going to go. What was it so surprising for you?
Well, from my experience, usually when somebody wants to help you with your processes with some programming or softwares or whatever, they just come with a solution and and they say about the different opportunities that the software provides, or different tools or whatever, but they usually don't like start from the beginning as your approach. First, to map all the processes, to identify where are the pains and how to address them, and afterwards, like provide the solution. I believe that it's the correct approach. And regarding AI, especially, I haven't seen it before, especially for law firms, because as I told before, there are some very important and very good softwares, and I know that they are very helpful and excellent. But the thing is that they usually didn't suit my processes, and I didn't want to adjust to them. So that's why this approach made a lot of sense for us.
And after the audit, what are some of the next goals for your firm? I'm not talking about AI. I'm talking about your firm. What are some of the next things you want to conquer?
Well, we are a growing law firm. We were studied recently at the end of last year, so we are scaling. We are exploring different opportunities with different clients, of collaboration with different also public entities, international organisms. So yeah, we're in a process of scaling and growing. So yeah, we're very excited about our future and of the success we have had in this short period of time. So yeah, that's how we're moving. Our team is also going to grow in the short term. So yeah, mainly about that.
It's going to be busy times ahead.
busy time, and also one of our focus is with international companies, where we have had a very good relationship with law firms from other countries. So to continue with that also. So we are very happy with it.
And if today your friend that is also working with in-house teams asks you, so you did this audit, does it make sense?
Yeah, of course, of course. For everything I just told you, the thing is that AI here it's a thing that came here to stay. It will revolutionize the law practices, and we need to be ahead of the wave. So and the best way to do it is to do it organically, in a very thoughtful way, to see what we can take advantage of, and where to invest our time in a better way. And also the most important thing here is also that the AI is not left to do everything alone. It's a great input to get started, and to help you with the drafting and the research or whatever. But the role of the lawyer, of the natural person, is still really relevant. And I believe that the challenge here is to understand how to make it work together, to don't have problems with hallucinations, with data breaches and stuff like that.
Yeah, and hopefully I'm going to be able to be supporting you in that growth stage as well.
Of course. Yeah, of course. I would really want to also.
Thank you, Joaquin. Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much. And thank you really for your help, for your audit. It was really a pleasure working with you. And the result, we are very happy with it also. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Joaquin. Appreciate it. Likewise. Bye-bye. That was my conversation with Joaquin. What I really wanted to underline is this. The value came not from adding more tools and technology, but from taking the time to map everything out, identify gaps, and create a roadmap. And that's what our audits at MPL Legal Tech Advisors are about clarity, structure, and risk reduction. Only once that foundation is clear, it makes sense to layer in technology. If you're running a legal team and if you want clarity on where you're losing time, money, or where you're exposed to risk, a focused audit is the fastest way to get that clarity. And that's exactly what we help with at MPL Legal Tech Advisors. Book a consultation call with me. The link is down in the description. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.